give us your thoughts about the game, what you saw tonight from the team, overall environment, especially tonight that we didn't have any fans in attendance. What was it like to play in that sort of environment?
What's a little different, obviously, we're accustomed to having our fans and being really, riled up because of them. And obviously, after the difficult week we had, I just thought that the guys, a lot of personality to come back from that. Disappointed with the first goal we gave so early because it was in a play that we knew that they constantly work on. And that's something we had worked on yesterday in particularly because obviously the previous 2 days we were limited in not being able to get together. So, it was it was a bit disappointing being, 1-0 down that soon, but, they fought back. We fought back, and that was promising.
Coach,
go ahead, guys, with questions.
This is Ray from South Texas Border Sports. I've got to ask you, what did you during the second half, the team improved its play. You guys had a little bit more fluidity on offense. You guys kept attacking constantly until Tyberson finally got his reward. What did you see on his play of the goal?
Well, we knew that he was having – I don't know if you saw in the first half, he was the one guy who wasn't losing the ball. So, we knew we needed to keep feeding him in regards to getting him going. And so, we did. He kept going. And listen, guys, he scores those goals in practice all the time. So, so for us, it wasn't a surprise. As soon as he got it, we were like, okay, this has a chance. And I don't know if you recall that in the first half, he hit the post on a similar shot. So it was. I think, we were trying to move our lines up and just being a little bit more aggressive. The one danger with them is that they play such balls and they're very good knocking downs and heading balls. So being 1v1 in the back was a little, it's a little dangerous, but we needed to take more of a risk, and we did. We moved our lines a little bit higher, and we were fortunate to get rewarded at the end.
Another question that I did have for you, Coach. You brought in Isidro Martinez in the second half. He seemed to have a little bit more control of the midfield. He had his opportunity to strike with the one free kick that he came off the post. How would you assess his performance for just those 45 minutes that he gave you?
It was excellent. That's what we wanted. We wanted him to come in. He's one of the leaders of our teams. He's a player that's being looked at by the Dynamo. He was with them in preseason for a reason. So he's got a lot of ability, obviously, because of what went on, with our trip to El Paso and then everything that went on. We needed to make sure we had some fresh legs. So, we didn't start him, but we knew we brought him in at halftime to give us a lift. Unfortunately, we felt that he did. There's still some more things that, we want to get more out of him, but I thought it was a good shift for him.
And last one from me, Coach. A couple of more debuts for your team tonight. Cal Edwards finally got his first pro debut, and so did Jonathan Jimenez. How would you assess their performance in the brief cameos that they got in tonight?
Well, I thought they were really, to give us some energy. Jonathan gave us a lot of energy, coming out of the left side. And then, Kyle was a little bit dangerous. There were some moments in which we needed him to get behind the defense a little bit more and be a little bit more aggressive in that end. So, but again, he's been fighting some injuries and some fitness along the way. So slowly but surely we need to build him and get him going because we do believe that he's a very dangerous player with a lot of abilities. In Jonathan, I just thought Jonathan with his physical contributions was great. He kept going and going forward, was dangerous. He could have, he should have done a little bit better with the ball that off the corner that, landed in the back post that he kicked out. But I thought he was in the right place. He was defending and he attacked. He looked to attack. So that was positive.
Coach, Brian Ramos here with the Monitor. What did you think about the way your team was able to come through there in that added time? And I believe your team had 5 corner kicks there just in those 6 minutes. Just what did you think about the way your team seemed to be knocking on that door, and then they eventually kick it down there with Tyberson?
It showed personality, guys. And that was the disappointing part for me, from last week, is that there were moments, especially in the second half, when we didn't show personality. and we just didn't, we died. And no matter what, we have to keep fighting. And I think this is a team that's going to fight to the end. Win, lose, or draw, we got to fight to the end. And that was the biggest thing that I felt that we didn't do at El Paso, and I was extremely disappointed. So this effort, and this resiliency that these guys showed was outstanding. And so extremely, extremely proud. Obviously, we want to get 3 points on the road against a bitter rival, but we tied it. We hit 3 posts. Keeper made it 1 good save on Tyberson too. We had a couple near misses. So I still feel that this is something we can build from.
Coach, Edson Ochoa from the Down in the Valley podcast.
Edson, how are you?
Doing well. What is your analysis in an RGV offense between having Garrett McLaughlin and Luca Perpa compared to having Deshane Beckford and Obregon, and what do you think was the key in those substitutions to finally be able to open up the San Antonio defense?
A little bit more of athleticism and pace. Perpa is a very cerebral player. He has good mobility, but maybe doesn't have the explosiveness as some of the other guys. Garrett moves very well with the ball, guys. And if you watch the game, I think there's moments where we miss him a lot because he is extremely. He's one of the best moving forwards around, and it's just sometimes we miss him. So that we need to improve. And so that in itself, But it's just 2 different. When you're getting accustomed to defending 2 different guys, and then you bring guys who are a little bit more different, it causes some problems. And I think that's what we did today. I still think that Beckford, and in particular also Kyle, needed to get at the outside backs a little bit more and attack, the defense deep. They were coming too close towards our midfielders and not providing enough space. That's why you can say that our central midfielders really didn't have a lot of room to work in. The other thing is our press. That's something that we need to work on in regards to pressing. I think we were pressing 1 or 2 at a time, and San Antonio was having an easy time of coming out. So that we did extremely poor. And so that's something that we need to do, which we were doing very well early in the year in some of the preseason games. But again, we have certain things, some priorities that we need to take care of, and that's the next one.
Coach, we face a really quick turnaround this coming week. Traveling to Oklahoma, it's a very long road trip. How do you prepare the team, both physically and mentally, to go with that quick turnaround and then head right back and have another game in such short notice?
I think mentally we're in a good place right now. When you come back late in the game like that, it shows personality. The question is physically, Like I said, everyone is pretty well rested by us. So that's a little, that's a little disheartening. But it is what it is, and we just have to, make the best of it. Our rotation needs to be a little bit better in regards to, so the guys that are not, that are coming in and playing and making sure that they do maintain a certain level of fitness and a certain level of stamina throughout the game to give us a chance. So,
Coach, final one from me. South end of the stadium at the golf course. A couple of fans out there waving their Toro flags. What did you make of that?
I thought it was fantastic. I think that our fans are outstanding. We have a group of fans that is just, they're amazing. They give us so much energy. And that's probably the one thing that, it's not so fun for us playing a home in empty stadium. However, we heard them, when they were on that side. And that's great because and I know sometimes, you hear about that, we don't have as many fans. However, the ones that we do have are extremely rowdy, loud, and just passionate. And it's fantastic. It's fantastic. And so you can see that, even though they weren't allowed in, they were still watching and being able to follow us, even from a distance. And so our guys heard them. They acknowledged them at the end of the game. And, thank you very much, because that means a lot to us guys. So to all of our fans that were here, on the other side of the stadium, thank you very much and really appreciate it.